wavy checker print is just Gen Z's chevron stripe.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here. Boop.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 right here. So today's video, I am going to be going through your unpopular fashion opinions. Some of them do roast things that I personally feel differently about. I think with fashion, it's great to have different opinions. Obviously, everyone is going to like and dislike different things. And there were a lot where it was literally like I got two opposite sides. And I wouldn't say like all of these are necessarily like super unpopular, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about it, have a little fun. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these, and yeah, let's get into it. This first one, honestly, it got me because I would have never like kind of thought about it in this way. Oh, Salem, are you gonna open up the door? Which is the wavy checker print is just Gen Z's chevron stripe. I do own two checkered things and I actually do like checkered pattern. The one like wavy checker, which I will say I think I prefer like normal checker pattern over wavy checkered pattern, and I don't know if they meant both of them, but I feel like it's more in line with the wavy checkered. I do have a sweater vest that has wavy checkered on it and I do really like it, and I think it is different than chevron, but I also don't know if it's one of those things where like when you grow up at a certain point and like there's a print that's super popular and everything, and then years go by and you absolutely hate it. I feel like that is going to be something for people that are, I guess, like in the younger like Gen Z generation. I definitely see it being kind of the same thing because it felt like everything was in checkered print in 2020. Again, I have a rug that's pink checkered print and I love it so much, and when we eventually move and I have space for it, I'm gonna whip it out again and I'm gonna keep rocking it. But I know I will definitely probably get comments as years go by and it like continues to be outdated that it's like outdated. The diesel skirt is actually cute. If you don't know what they are referring to, it is this skirt that I forgot what material it is, but yeah, this TikToker had bought it and was like, it's really uncomfortable. I forgot how much it is. I think it's like $1,000 or something. Yeah, it's on Farfetch for $941. And a lot of people were weighing in where it's like, it's not even functional, it's so expensive, it's ugly, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't like it. I do not like it, but I also don't really have the style that the diesel skirt goes to. There are so many people I follow that just like are ride or die diesel, the brand, and I just don't. I think I don't understand, but I understand. I understand because we have different style, we have different pieces in our closet that go with different things, and so for me, it just doesn't make sense. But I think in general, like I don't really like any of their pieces, and the skirt even more so. I mean, I just want to touch it if I'm gonna be honest. I feel like, oh my gosh, you could totally make it out of foam. That would be very interesting. I'm really curious, especially for the person that said that they like the diesel skirt. How would you style it? I mean, you could put like a crop top with it and some boots, but like how else would you style it? This unpopular opinion does have two different, just because I got like basically the opposing opinion, and so I figured I would just like talk about both of it. As much as I am deeply over Y2K, I'm so afraid of the 2010s resurgence, versus I got another one that said the 2010s weren't that bad fashion wise. And here's the thing, I think I'm not scared for the resurgence, but I also don't think it was like the best time in fashion. But also, my opinion, I think if we are comparing Y2K to 2010s fashion, I almost want to say I like 2010s fashion over Y2K. There's so much more like stuff that I personally would style that I could style in my wardrobe, I guess I will say. And in my videos where I've styled outdated clothing, I think in both of them I had majority of like 2010s fashion, just because with Y2K, I mean, number one, it is, I guess, like kind of trendy now, but it just very much is not me. And I feel like it definitely depends what ends up coming back, but also like you can wear 2010s fashion right now. Nothing really, I feel like, even if it's outdated, like you should totally still wear it. Heck, you can still wear chevron, go for it. I did make a video last year talking about like 2010s fashion coming back, and I think I definitely like amped it of like, oh my god, this is so ugly. But looking back, I mean, there were some ugly pieces, but I'm also in a weird spot where I'm like, there's some ugly pieces, but like it's so ugly that it's cute. Dupes are how fast fashion remains relevant. I feel like this one isn't very like unpopular. I think a lot of people agree, and it's actually crazy how much we are like not ravenous, but I guess like just extreme when it comes to finding dupes of pieces. I see it all the time on TikTok where it's like going through a lot of them small businesses, sustainable and ethical businesses, which yes, the pricing is it's expensive, but to then just go to Amazon and get basically a copy, or like with Shein, they literally rip off small designers. They're taking someone's like hard work and like creativity and all that and just taking it and selling it for cheaper. No one's then gonna want to buy from the actual brand because they're like, oh, but I could just get it cheaper. And I think that's also why during 2020 so many trends were like so crazy and everyone got over them so fast, is because these fast fashion brands were seeing these brands like House of Sunny and making literally copies and just like pumping them out every single day basically. And I think that's why with then trying to thrift trends, a lot of times it makes you then, you know, actually appreciate those pieces, because it's gonna take you a long time. You can't just like find it in like a second and then get it tomorrow, or even have the same day shipping, especially if you're going to the thrift store or like Depop and Poshmark. Like if you are putting in the work to try to find that exact piece, number one, it's not going to be that exact piece. It is going to be slightly different and unique, and I feel like you won't get as over it as fast. This one, it hurts to say that I agree, which is high-waisted jeans tend to just be way less uncomfy. You know, hey, I'm wearing high-rise jeans right now. When I'm standing, it's all good. But I cannot deny, especially depending on what the fit is like, I have obviously a lot of denim. Each one has a different fit and a different purpose. These ones actually aren't like terribly uncomfortable, although if I was like sitting down and eating, when I do eat, if I'm wearing like some high-rise jeans, I do undo my jeans. It is a little uncomfy, okay? Which I definitely get then why so many people are like, oh my gosh, I love mid-rise. I do have a pair of jeans that technically do fit me more mid-rise, and when I have to drive somewhere, like yesterday I got my hair done and it was like, you know, an hour-and-a-half drive, and then I was gonna be sitting, I ended up wearing those because I was like, why would I wear high-rise jeans when it's gonna be like eating into my crotch and also my stomach? And yeah, I definitely understand people then saying like goodbye to their high-rise jeans, and I think the most important thing is finding a jean style that works best for you and makes you feel comfortable. When I'm wearing high-rise jeans, I do feel like comfortable and happy. It's even when I'm sitting down with them, I still feel happy, but again, they can be quite uncomfortable. When I'm standing though, love them. And it also depends on what the material is like for your high-rise jeans. I like, unfortunately, the thick, uncomfortable, stiff, I don't want no stretch type of denim, which obviously makes it like even more uncomfortable, but it's just it's so beautiful, and I love the feeling of them. I feel like there's definitely going to be an anti-high-rise pant and jeans. If there isn't already in the next couple years, it's always one or the other. Again, that's how trends go. You gotta say something's out of style so then you can sell something new. I don't thrift shoes. I don't know, I think this is an unpopular one because I definitely have some shoes that are obviously secondhand. I do seem to get more of my secondhand shoes from Depop, ThredUp, Poshmark. I usually like to look for like brands that I know. I've definitely thrifted some shoes that were so just like, I didn't realize how like worn they were, and I've even had friends that thrifted shoes and then they were like wearing them and the heel popped off. And so I feel like getting shoes secondhand, you have to be a little bit careful, so I understand not wanting them. I'm curious for anyone, what is something that you will not thrift? I've thrifted bedding before, I just have sanitized it. I've thrifted bathing suits before. I think the only two things I would never thrift is like proper underwear and also anything like a wig. I see wigs all the time at the thrift store and I don't think I could do that. I had lice before when I was in elementary school and it was terrible. I'm sure you can sanitize it though, so. But I don't know, I just don't think I would do that. This next one says, not every style or genre of clothing needs to be an aesthetic. At first, when like cores and aesthetics were kind of like, I mean, styles and different genres of styles has been around forever, but specifically when we're talking about like the VSCO girl and even like cottagecore and all that, like especially at the time when it was a very, very dark time and we were all stuck at home, it was like this new like, oh, this is kind of fun, especially again trying to find those pieces secondhand. And it was exciting also to, you know, for myself, step outside my comfort zone. I think it was already, but I think especially right now it's very much just turning into a marketing tactic where it's like, if you want to be a coastal cowgirl, wear all of these clothing. I mean, we saw that with Urban Outfitters at the beginning of 2023 when they redid their website for specifically ballet core. So you could buy everything that was in line with ballet core on their website. My kind of like conflicting feelings with aesthetics is, again, they can be fun. And I think for a lot of people, it can really help their own style where it's like, oh my gosh, I've loved that style. I didn't even think that maybe there was a name. This is how I style. Now I can search for things easier, get inspiration, follow people that have similar style. I think I'd seen some that was like grandma and grandma core. And it's like, are we going a little too far? Do we really need it? Do we need to name everything? Which, like, don't get me wrong, I actually really liked the grandma and grandpa core. I feel like I already have pieces that are like that and I thought it was pretty great, but it kind of like led me into this like, are we going too far? Especially because with aesthetics, a lot of times for you to like properly do it, you need so many of the pieces to recreate the looks. And so you really do have to, if you don't already own it or like that's not already your style, you do have to buy like a bunch of things to then actually be part of that aesthetic. And so it definitely obviously promotes to then just buy a bunch of stuff. Again, if you're able to buy it secondhand, I think that's way better, and then you can kind of experiment with it. Talking about aesthetics and I guess like personal style, we have, I don't feel like I want or need a defined personal style. Whenever I make like personal style videos, I'll get comments that are like, I just kind of wear whatever I want. Like, I don't really feel like I need to like find my style. And I feel like, yes, that is so true. And I think we very much are taking the personal style conversation to an extreme. And I was having a conversation with a friend that was like, I don't really feel like I, again, need a defined personal style. I'm just gonna like buy and wear whatever makes me happy. And at the end of the day, like that is your style. That is just what you wear, and that's all that matters. Obviously, there's ways to like hone in on it if you want, obviously with videos on how to find your personal style. But even with those, I think it's not about being like super strict with then what you wear. I think it's more like helping you kind of like guide to think about different questions of different silhouettes and colors, what makes you feel good. Again, I don't think there's any rules to what personal style is, and it's getting a little, again, as we are taking aesthetics, a little extreme. Also, like, who can have the better personal style, who can have more unique personal style. Dressing in full neutrals is too easy. It doesn't mean you have style, you're just in neutrals. And I also got another one that said old money is the worst aesthetic, and I felt like that kind of like worked together. And when it comes to putting like a full neutrals outfit, you see so many times people being like, oh my gosh, this is revolutionary, this is so just like put together, this is an amazing like style. We've been seeing it with Sofia Richie with like her wedding, and like her outfits are pretty like, okay. I think it gets taken to like this hierarchy of like, this is what like personal style is in regards to like all neutrals and that like classy old money style. And I like color, I like having fun with different patterns. I like to dress different all the time. Today I would say I'm a little bit more, I guess, dressed in somewhat of like an old money with the vest, and I don't really have that much of an interesting outfit going on right now, I will admit, but I just don't really feel very comfortable like in full neutrals, especially like tans and beige. I think when you take those and like add a color like green, that is just a nice little pop of color with something like that, but just wearing head to toe. Again, if that is your style and that makes you happy, that is all good. But I think the conversation of it being like, that is like God tier when it comes to personal style. And I think also with like the Sofia Richie thing, silent luxury has been kind of, I guess, trending, which is just so silly, of just wearing like basic pieces, but they come from like a luxury brand. So like the people that know, and the people that don't. I really hate the cowboy boot trend, and it said, I feel like everyone's gonna hate them in a year or two. Something that did take me a while to get into, which again, I think is actually like kind of good, because I think I started getting into them when people were like already starting to get over them, and that works out in my favor of like, I've been thinking about it, and the ones that I have I just really love, and I feel like it definitely filled a void within my shoe collection, I guess, of just like a different style, different silhouette, different colors, different patterns. I think you can have a lot more fun with cowboy boots just from what I've seen. So I personally don't agree for my style, but I definitely understand people that hate them. And I also do believe that in a year or two, people are gonna look at them and be like, this is outdated, stop wearing them. Like 100% that's gonna start happening. Probably next summer, it'll be like, all those articles where it's like, wear this, not this. It's gonna be like, I can't think of what other boot would it be. I don't know, maybe a Chelsea boot. Wear a Chelsea boot instead of a cowboy boot, you know? Like that's 100% going to happen. Zara is overrated. I agree. I've never purchased anything from Zara, and I feel like a lot of people, even though it's fast fashion, look at it as being more of a like, just a better brand than say Shein and Forever 21, but it's the same. I think they do a great job, especially with their website. Like when you go on the Zara website, you're like, oh, this is classy, oh, this is quality. Their jeans are very high rise. If you like high rise, looking on Depop and ThredUp for Zara jeans, like, but I would say even the material, like it's still kind of that fast fashion jean material. Even though Zara is considered fast fashion, it is expensive, and the fact that then they aren't sustainable and ethical is ridiculous. Like it's the same thing with Princess Polly. So many people like love Princess Polly, and I've bought one thing from Princess Polly before, like years ago, and that stuff is expensive. Like that's almost basically sustainable and ethical pricing. I think both of them are overrated. And I am saying that as somebody that is currently wearing a vest that I got secondhand but is originally from Zara, and I recently even thrifted this dress that was originally from Princess Polly, and it's super cute, but I just feel like even the quality, like it's okay, it's not amazing. I think it is originally like $50, and the quality I feel like is very similar to Shein. Wearing all black is not boring, and I wanted to include this one because I talked about neutrals, but I feel like black, like head to toe black, is an entirely different thing, and I feel like when you wear all black, it has a different impact than wearing, say, like all tan. That may be an unpopular opinion. There's two different creators on TikTok that I feel like do all black so well. Like the pieces that they have in all black and that they put together are interesting. Even though it's just a full solid black outfit, it is interesting and it is cute. It's challenging because I think you have to pay more attention to the silhouette, the materials, and that kind of thing to, I guess, make an impact with the outfit. But 100%, I do not think it's boring. I did get a couple that said that you dislike Doc Martens. And here's the thing, when people talk bad about Doc Martens, I get a little, I'm like, no, it's amazing. They're amazing. Their stuff is so good. But I realized, I'm like, why am I ride or die for a company? I get it that people don't like them. I think the Docs that I have, I just love so much. I love the silhouette. I love the vibe of them. I just find with my feet, like a lot of their shoes just really work. I did wear my red Doc Martens that I got on eBay, so technically they were secondhand. They were already broken in, and I had gone to this like event thing at the YouTube space, and I ended up having to walk like a good amount, and I was kind of not running late, but I needed to get there fast, so I started power walking. I got blisters on both feet, and it made me so sad because I rarely get blisters with my Doc Martens, and when I got those, I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, I get why people hate them. We will end on kind of like a lighthearted one, which is I love mixing gold and silver jewelry. And here's the thing, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, like I could mix gold and silver jewelry, but I don't think I could. And I don't know why. It just like does not compute. Like it just feels so wrong. But like it's not wrong. Who's to say like, oh no, you can't wear the silver jewelry with the gold? Like who cares? But this is something I want to challenge myself because I've definitely been a gold jewelry type of person and I'm open to expanding. So let me know what you think about this one because I feel like this could be the most controversial one. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. I actually had a lot more I was gonna go through, but I just feel like this video is gonna be so long. Maybe I'll do a part 2. If you'd like to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit the little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I'll see you in my next video, and I hope you have a super sunny day. Bye.